I'm gluten-free Gigi. I understand how difficult it can be to enjoy the foods you love on a special diet. That's why I'm making these videos. Come join me in the kitchen. Fantastic recipe. You need this one. Gluten-free chipotle in adobo. You can make it homemade. When you buy it in the can in the supermarket, it has wheat in it lots of times. It's hard to tell, especially when it's imported. So let's just make our own. It's so simple, so much better. Have a look. We've got our ingredients lined up here. So we're just going to use some water, some apple cider vinegar, garlic, onions, tomato sauce, chilies, little cumin for seasoning. We're not adding extra salt to this because we have salt in these canned products here. So that's plenty of sodium for us. And of course, we have to have really good quality chipotle peppers. This is just a jalapeno that's been smoked and dried. So let me show you. And when you touch these, a word of caution, be really careful, because if you touch your face, your eyes, any membranes on your body, it is going to burn. The capsaicin in these is very potent, so be careful. These are pretty leathery and tough. Obviously, we can't put them in like that. So I want to show you what we do. We're going to add boiling water to these and let them sit for about 30 minutes. Then you end up with this little mixture here. And you can see how nice and tender they are. Now, we can't put them in like this because look at these seeds. You don't want that. Don't want the stems in there. So, if you'll meet me over at the sink, I'll show you how to prep these so we can get them in our chipotle. Great, you're back. Come in, have a look. I've got my soaked chipotles here. And these are nice and soft, and they're full of seeds. So what we want to do is drain these. I'm just going to drain them right into this colander. And when you're doing this, another word of caution, be really, really careful. Make sure you're well ventilated. I'm going to save this bowl. This is where we'll put the chipotle peppers we've taken the seeds from. But do keep your face back. I'm going to have some water going here. And what we want to do is to break our peppers open and get the seeds out. Now I'll stop the water and show you what they look like inside on the next one. But this is what I want to end up with. I feel a bit of stem here, so just get rid of that. So I'll put those to my bowl. Let's see. Here's a nice one, the stem. So pull the stem right off. You can use kitchen shears for this as well. And these are really, really strong. See the seeds inside? So you want to pull that whole thing out. And then this is what I'm rinsing away, just these little stray seeds once you've pulled that sort of seed bundle out inside. So we'll turn just a little water on and rinse these. And make sure you get a nice steady stream. Try not to have a lot of splatter if you can help it, because you don't want these to end up splattering in your face. And these are fine if they're torn. We're going to end up blending in the end anyway. So they don't need to be intact. So we're on our last pepper. This guy was a bit tough here for me, so I'm just leaving him. And I've used about 12 chipotles. So now I'm going to wash up. Make sure you really do a good job washing your hands. And we'll meet back over at the other counter and we'll finish our dish. So we've got our peppers all seeded and taken care of here. And you can see, and there's a little liquid that drained off when I put them back in this bowl, not a problem. So I have a large pot. I recommend using a large one. Got this on medium heat. I'll just put those peppers in. And be careful with the peppers. You can tell I'm sort of choking here. Things are potent. So I've got 30 ounces of water going in. I'm going to put 10 cloves of garlic. I have a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And we have a 15-ounce can of organic tomato sauce we're putting in. And this is the reason I told you we don't need to add extra salt. And you can always taste it, and if you want yours really salty, then you just go for it. A teaspoon would probably do. But because we've got that, and we've got some diced natural green chilies, and I use mild. This is a 4-ounce can. These are chopped. You can buy them chopped or not. but we don't need extra salt because of those 2 canned items. I've got about a cup and a half. This was a half of a large yellow onion. So just rough chopped. And then we'll put in 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. This is cumin seeds were toasted in a skillet for about a minute. And then just grind this up in your spice grinder or clean coffee grinder. And all this together, give it a quick stir. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit, and we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we'll cover it and we'll simmer it for about an hour. Get it up to a boil, and I'll show you how it looks then. Come back. I'm going to let you have a look, but I'm not putting my face over this. Stand back from the pot when it's boiling like this and steaming because pepper's very strong. This is what we want to see. We've got a nice boil going on here. I just turned the heat down to low. I'm going to cap the pot. The lid goes right on here. We're on low heat, 1 hour. Come back, and we're going to have chipotle and adobo. Come on back. Let's have a look. Open it away from you. Remember, peppers, peppers. I can't warn you enough about this. I've got everybody choked up here in the test kitchen today. Now, we've been simmering for an hour. Looks fantastic. Come in for a look. I'm going to ladle some up for you here so you can see all of this peppery goodness. See our chipotles. Everything's nice and tender. Looks great. But we are not finished. One more step. This is so much fun. I'm going to do this while it's still hot. You need to let this cool just a little while so you can handle it. I'm going to use the immersion blender, and I will puree this completely. You can let it cool and then put it in batches in your food processor or your blender. Same result. But you know I love these little gadgets. So let's go in with the immersion blender and blend. All right, now you may have a few bits here on your immersion blender. That's okay, you can pick those off if you want. We are going to move on though. Not worried about those. This looks and smells fantastic. I cannot wait till you make it for yourself. Look at that. And remember, you've let yours cool. You can also let this sit overnight in the fridge if you want to once it comes to room temp, so that you can let all those flavors go together. I've got a jar. Put it right in your mason jar hot. A little jar funnel here. Spoon this into your jar. You will have chipotle for you and goodness, all your friends too with this nice big batch. This will be wonderful. You know it's all natural and you know it's gluten-free because you made it. You can use this as a marinade or a sauce or in your salsa, however you like. Gluten-free homemade chipotle. Enjoy.